Yeah. Two DJs in the mic, what's the vibe tonight? Talking issues, dropping gems, keep the game airtight. Spin it, flip it, mix it, fix it, yo, we here to ignite. Yeah. Hands on the decks, but the crowd don't move. Blame the DJ, not check the groove. Playlist stale, need some brand new. Crates full of dust, man, what you tryna prove? Yeah. Clubs want cheap, DJs want respect. Promoters cutting corners, man, the scene's a wreck. Yeah. Sink or scratch, doesn't matter the tech. It's about the energy, not the brand on the deck. Two DJs in the mic, turn the dark to the light. Dropping wisdom, spinning true, get the balance just right. Two DJs in the mic, elevate, take flight. Fix the game, spark the flame, keep the future in sight. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Welcome to another episode of Two DJs, One Mic with myself, DJ Mike, and the infamous DJ JP on the left or right of me. And we're joined by some very, very, very important people in the industry. And that's, man, let me get myself together. Good. Electrotec Audio core team of Randy, Rick, and Rafa. And these are the people that has made something very unique in our industry. And we want to thank you guys for joining us today. Hello, guys.
Hi there. Welcome from the West Coast, from the Electrotec Sound Lounge. And we're sitting in the chairs that have had so many people, professional people, sitting in these chairs as we have listened and developed and worked on polishing the Stage 1 and XB, which, as you know, won the NAMM Award for Best in Show. And it was at that show that we met both of you. And we met so many people who really had found a new little thing, us, and wanted to be aboard. But there was something very urban, real, and musical about you guys. And we took to you, and you've taken to us, and hence, here we are today, us in the Sound Lounge, talking to you in your Sound Lounge.
Yes. And that's great. If we can, we want to just get all three of you guys to give us a brief summation of who you are and why.
Well, I'm the oldest, so let me start with me. Because the oldest generally runs out of gas. So my name is not Rick. My name is not Rick. It's Ricky Farr. And I started in 1980 by meeting John Lennon on a street corner in Hamburg. Went to see the early Beatles. Fell in love. That became my drug of choice. And I've been in music and sound reproduction, live sound reproduction, ever since. I sold my original Electrotec to Caesar's Palace. And as you probably know, Electrotec, we were responsible for most of the legacy legendary bands from Bob Marley, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Who. And when my partner died, and behind me you will see the Turn It Up to 11. We did the famous Spinal Tap movie, did all the production. And you'll see a few platinum records on the wall. There are another 32 around the building. We didn't steal them. We earned them by producing audio for all these legacy artists, from Prince to you name it. I mean, it's easy to Google and see how many we did. But I was thinking I couldn't retire. And I met this young man to my right who was geniusly launching rockets with his computer skills. And I felt that, having the retro sound that I was known for, it needed to have the proficiency of the modern world, the micro world of technology, software, etc. At the same time, when these ideas were fermenting and we were bringing together this idea of the ultimate best mobile speaker in the world, met Randy at his house, known him for a while, long while. And Randy said, look, he's very successful in his entrepreneur, he's very successful in his housing world. But he said, let me come on board and throw some money at you and see what we can do together. And that really has happened. And this building was the Electrotec building, now became the new Electrotec building. And we have developed the product, which, as I say, out of the blue, completely out of the blue, out of 3,642 products, from the multi-billion companies to the small companies making harmonicas and guitar strings, to the Samsungs, the JBLs, you name them, the Sonys. Little company parked out in the corridor because we came late, playing our wares. We were voted #1 best new product to show. And I will tell you, I know a lot of those people that came. I knew a lot of those people from previous Electrotec days, the heads of Sony, and you name them. I won't go into names, but one of them came up to me and said, "Ricky, when are you going to retire?" And I said, "Never. I love music too much." Well, let me ask you, what have you got that we haven't got? And I said to this particular gentleman, who's a really lovely guy, I said, "We won the prize." And to which he said, "Fair enough," and left with his tail between his legs. And I'll tell you, I'm doing the talking, but I will tell you, without left and right, we are one with the 3 R's: Randy, Ricky, and Raf. And it's a pleasure to be on with you and pleasure chatting with you. So tell us a bit about you, because I can tell you, we can talk history and we can talk history.
Well, the thing that I don't want to do, Ricky, is today is not about us.
Yes.
It's about you guys. So I don't want to waste any time talking about us, because we want the people to know you guys. So we do have questions for you guys. And we want to make sure that people know about this product that we have fell in love with. So we want them to know the when, the why, the how, and all of that good stuff. So if we could, we're going to start asking you asking these questions, and we would like to get all of you guys' input.
Yes,
Sure, for sure.
ask away.
There you go, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Take us back to the beginning. What problem did Electrotec see in portable audio that led to the creation of the Stage Ones?
Well, I can answer that because I had the original vision of this prior to bringing it close to Raphael. The answer is that, having owned Electrotec and being on record as having done some of the biggest shows in the world, the 1 million people at Ireland for the Pope, the 1 million people on Ipanema, Copacabana Beach for Pepsi Cola in Brazil, the Guns N' Roses Metallica tour. I can go on. The Isle of Wight, 652,000. The California jams. I have experience of the biggest events in the world, but there is a definite need for something that is prosumer, that can come off the stage to the audience, not from the audience up onto the stage. So when people play Bob Marley, who I worked with for 13 years, we want people to hear the live sound, like it was listening to Bob in concert. To do that requires real ingenuity of understanding of every element of the engine. There's a great difference between NASCAR and Formula One. NASCAR is big V8s, fuel, flat out, roaring as fast as you can. Formula One is a much more introspective, tuned, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder engine, but goes a lot faster and can handle a lot more. We wanted to be of the Formula One part, which is how do you, starting with the transducer, the amplifier, the method of sending the signal of the music through, so when Diana Krall plays in Paris live, you can feel the piano at her fingers, and you can hear her voice, and you can hear the bass and the drums, and the separation and the dynamic. And that's what people, and what you heard, and what we feel we've achieved. And that was what we set out to do, to make the best live speaker experience mobile in the world. And it took a year and a half, a lot of support from Randy, and a tremendous amount of support from my partner, developing software, working with our engineers in Canada, and working with battery manufacturers so that every part of the signal from the source, the input source, through the process of amplifications powered by a battery that could tell people who'd spent their life listening to plugged in audio systems, wow, that sounds equal or better, and I can pick it up and move it. And like we say, you can trip on the wires. You don't trip on the wires, trip on the sound. And that's what happens.
I like that.
All right.
I would like to add,
I-
I would like to add one thing to that. You know, I think what really Ricky is saying and what the common thread of our development journey has been, it's been the passion for creation and no compromises. So I've been spending a lot of money funding a lot of this stuff, and we've never said that costs too much, or, you know, we don't need that. Every time we looked at something, it was the music, the quality of the music, the quality of the product that led us to the journey of building the product. So,
Amen.
yeah,
Amen.
so that was
Amen.
important to us.
Amen, brother. Yeah.
Okay, we got a question. I want to make sure that we get to these. What's the range of the speakers between the Danny and the speaker?
Well, I can answer that one. So
And I know who that is too.
it's clear as day who that is. You can comfortably get 150 feet of range. The one thing that we do want to say is that you want to have line of sight to the speakers. So its placement of the Danny will get, and using the extended +5 dBi antenna can get you a really good range and distance without the speakers cutting in and out. So we've gotten as far as about 260 feet with the Danny up high, and the stage one on a stand, and it was at the SoCo car show.
Yeah.
For the Christmas event.
Okay. So I just want to let Ray know this. Ray, some of your questions that you're asking, believe me, I'm going to ask them.
Yeah, we're gonna cover it.
I'm going to ask them. So I don't want to prematurely allow you to, kind of kill the steam off of some of these questions.
All right.
So moving on, stage one is generating a lot of buzz among DJs. Has the response from the professional DJ community surprised you guys at all?
Very much so. Very much so, because, and I think, I know I speak for my partners because we're all in accord on this. I know how hard it is when you rebrand, or Steve Jobs from Apple said it best. Nobody knows what they want until they have it in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a party here for 36 DJs, all well-known, local and some Vegas. And we invited them down for a cocktail party. And they came for a lot of reasons. And, some of them actually came to see the platinum records on the wall, because we do have legacy, and there's not many DJ offices can have the legacy that we have. But they came, they had some cocktails, and the speakers were just chugging quietly. And then after a while, we said, look, let's get down to it. And we took 8 of the speakers out to the front of the building. In front of there is our car park that runs for a quarter of a mile. And it's about 350 feet wide and a quarter of a mile deep. And we took 8 speakers out there. And we just told them, wander around. And we turned on the music. And there was no wire in sight. In fact, play your music. And they played their music. So they put it through a Cassandra so they could get a full SKAA signal straight into the, and all of a sudden, it was like a baptism of music. Everybody was baptized with mobile, battery powered, high-end, powered speaker coming from a company that had done some of the biggest PAs in the world to the largest audiences in the world. And all of a sudden, that history and what they were witnessing came together. And I will tell you, from a community point of view, answering your questions, we called it the evening of wows, because all we got was wow, wow. And we all said, well, can't you say more than that? We'd like to interview you. We don't want to hear wow. And, they would just say, well, we got to think this through, man, because we spend all this money on what we got. Now we got to think about spending all this money on what you got. I said, hey, take your time. We're not going anywhere. But more and more. And now we've shipped to Australia. We've shipped to Madagascar. We've shipped to Switzerland. We've shipped to Sweden. We've shipped to Holland, to Spain, to London, Scotland. I mean, all over the world, people are picking up, especially from the article from DJ Magazine. And the chief editor, tech editor of DJ Magazine, Mick Wilson, who's not chopped liver. I mean, that guy's done his thing, being a worldwide DJ himself. When he wrote, this is the most innovative, best thing I have seen to come into the market. So we are sort of crashing the party. And
It's a good crash.
it's a good crash, man. But in answer to, are we getting accepted? The answer is really simple. Don't be in judgment. Listen.
And I
And
will
the
say,
minute they listen, look at you guys. The
But
minute you heard it.
you do have
Yes,
to hear
yes.
the speaker.
yes,
That's the big thing. I mean, talking about it, seeing it online
Yeah,
is not the same as hearing it in person. Once you hear it in person, you get it.
yeah.
And
of course.
it's because it's so different. You have to have a reliable speaker to be a professional speaker. So once they understand that the battery life is really as good as we say it is, once they see the reception as good as it is, but most importantly, once they hear how good it is, that has to be done in person almost. So that's one of the little things that's a little difficult. But once we bring someone into the studio or they see us out in the field, it's an easy transference to wanting to use our equipment. We just have to get it out. And that's why we're going to DJX, because we want the East Coast to see what the West Coast people have been seeing over here.
To get it in front of the people. Yep, absolutely.
It's because when we had our baptism in Vegas of the speakers, it was just that. It was
Yeah, because I couldn't believe what was coming out of that little speaker that was running around on the wheels out in front. I was like,
yes.
man, that thing sounds really good.
it was shocking.
Yeah, it was.
It was
very
the
impressive.
highlight of the show for us.
Yeah.
And you heard us crank it up one night too, where we really
Oh,
gave it
yes.
some.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah. Well, we
Yes.
heard y'all crank it up every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that particular night, he was playing
Yeah.
one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I think it's easily summed up by saying, in all truth, between the three of us, we can say that every time, up to now, I don't want to put some sort of markers on it, but every time somebody has shown interest and come to listen to the speaker, they have bought one.
Wow.
Mm.
That's really good.
And
That's huge.
that is what's really been the biggest surprise to us, because a lot
That's
of people
huge.
kick tires and smell the lampposts or whatever. They come in, they get the aura, they get the perfume of Electrotec Stage 1 set, and they love that. I want that scent, and they buy that scent.
Mm. I love it.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's transition into something that everybody wants to know. Go ahead, Jeff.
Stage, man, I hope I'm not behind. I'm sorry. Hold on. Stage 1 is generating a lot of buzz among DJs. Oh, never mind. It was behind. What stage one fundamentally different from other battery powered speakers already on the market? What makes it different from the rest of the speakers on the market?
Oh God, how long you got this show for?
That's a
We
Rafa question.
can't do 10 hours. I'll tell you that.
We're good.
No, I can answer that one. So fundamentally, the difference between us and anything out in the market right now is that we are the only speaker that has dual hot swapping batteries. So one of the things that we did when we were designing the speaker, we wanted to ensure that whether you would use it at home or whether you use it for an event or a show or a pop-up, you want to make sure you have that extended battery life. We designed not only the speaker itself to be very power efficient, but we also designed it with dual hot swapping batteries. Now, the dual hot swapping batteries means that you can literally change at any point in time if you wanted to, or it's done automatically, switch from one battery to the next. And that allows you the flexibility to extend the play if you had an extra battery, or if you wanted to charge one battery while the other one's playing. So it's one feature that no other system has on the market right now.
Yep.
And it's a great feature. I've had the opportunity to use the Stage 1 speakers for a 10-hour event. So there's nothing like being able to pull a battery out and not feel like the system is going to turn off. So it is a great thing. And, another feature that we applaud you guys for bringing to the party.
Yep. And Mike used them for 10 hours. I didn't recharge them. I took the two tops out, did a church event for another 5 hours,
Yep.
and we still have battery life. So, I mean, I wasn't running them hard. I was playing in between sessions. It was a marriage conference. So I played hard in the beginning for about an hour, 45 minutes. And then in between sessions, I played, and then we did a little party at the end. But at 10 o'clock from 5 o'clock, I still had 3 dots on the batteries.
And
So
the other cool thing too is that when you switch from one battery to the other, or whether it does it automatically, it's completely seamless. It doesn't cut out any audio. It transitions flawlessly.
Nothing.
And you don't get any cuts or anything.
No, nothing. It is wonderful. That's probably the best part because, and then another thing I noticed. So, what is the time set for the cutoff on the battery? So, if you're dead, how long is it set before it cuts off?
So the units, the Stage 1 and the XB are both designed to run off of one battery at the same time. So the battery, once it gets down.
No, not down. I'm saying like if you're not playing or you take a break, or like I was doing a conference. So
Automatic shut off.
Yeah, what's the automatic shut off time?
Oh, your automatic shut off time is about 30 minutes. And then you can also extend that if you're using the Danny. If you hit the on button for six times on the Danny, it puts it into a keep alive mode, which extends that until whenever you want it to play. It will constantly send a little signal, so the speakers won't shut off on you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was just wondering about that.
And that's what Rafa was telling me about when I did the 10-hour event. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Why did you choose a 3-way design, and what difference should DJs actually hear when they use Stage 1 at an event?
I'll answer that one.
It's a Ricky question.
Number one, you can have extremely good 2-way systems. And in fact, if you go to Abbey Road and listen to the Tannoys, the Tannoy Reds or the Golds, they're 2-way systems.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're using a system for PA that needs to generate, you want to go to everybody talks about horn loading and everything, but the trouble is with horn loading, you get waveguide issues, lobe issues, and all sorts of. So we elected, and from the original design, my original design was to have an infinite baffle design, because sound wants to return on itself. But if you give it no return, it only has one direction, forward. Then you have the issue of dynamics and reproducing the music. Now, if you get the 36 band of the 3rd octave, you've got 36 bands. Now, you can have a bass speaker and you can have a mid speaker. But sometimes they don't fill all those areas of bands effectively when you have a live PA PA. So when you take those octaves and you tune your system with using DSP, you need to have, just like in an engine, you need the carburetor, you need the pistons, and you need the gearbox, all of them to drive the power to the rear engine. I know I'm not trying to overstate it, but it's about octane and how you spread that octane. And the secret is, and I'm not going to give the secrets because everybody will then become the best speaker in the world, but you've got to have the knowledge and experience of hours and hours of live performance to fully understand how you get full dynamics, no distortion, maximum power for maximum power from the transducers by minimum power for the amplifier. In other words, instead of elephant ears, you want butterfly wings. Because if you take a high-speed car and you put in 85% octane, it'll run like a toy car. You take an ordinary car and put in 101% octane, it'll run much better than manufacturer minute. It's all about octane, use of power, and the knowledge of how that gets transferred from signal input into the dynamics of the signal. And that's why you love to listen to Pink Floyd, because the one thing when we did the Pink Floyd tour, the audio engineers didn't touch a button. Let the band play. The only time is if Dave or wanted to do a solo, then you give it a slight touch to bring it through for dynamic to the audience. And that's the answer. The answer is the purity of the signal and how you deliver it and how you don't overstress it with amplification. And that's the secret that nobody seems to get. People go to Asia and go to these countries and they go 1,600 watts. It's meaningless. We can make a speaker sound with 100 watts so much more efficient than a 1,600 watt Costco woofer. Let me give you an example. Yeah, absolutely, all day long.
To add to that, it's one of the things that we wanted to do when we designed the speaker is the sound quality was number one. We wanted the representation of what the artist wanted you to hear to come out on our speakers. So we designed not only the drivers and all the components in-house with our team, but we tuned it to a very nice flat level that at any level that you put the speaker in, you'll have the perfect sound. So the three-way design gives you that clarity. It gives you what is lacking in the industry right now for any kind of portable mobile audio. It's current right now. It's not there. We wanted to bring that back, and that's one of the things that we wanted to push is the clarity of the sound and the quality of the sound and the portability of the speaker.
And y'all did a darn good job of doing it, I must say.
Oh, it's
all right.
great.
I got it, Mike. Explain SKAA to DJs who aren't familiar with it. Why did you choose it, and what can it do that traditional Bluetooth can't do?
All right, Randy, you want to answer that one?
No, that's a tech question.
All right, I'll answer
field that one.
Okay, so SKAA itself is a wireless protocol.
Yes.
It was designed strictly for audio transmission. By using the SKAA technology, it allows you to wirelessly transmit your audio from a speaker to or a transmitter to the speakers and vice versa. It gives you the flexibility and capability of moving the speakers around wirelessly. It can also be used to transmit and receive on traditional powered speakers. So you don't have to run an additional XLR. All you got to do is find power somewhere. There's different ways to use the technology, but essentially it's like it's like our venue. It's like these other wireless that you can use. But it has the flexibility to get moved around, and you can for mobile applications. It's ideal. It's perfect. The stage one, we integrated that technology into it, so you can take the speaker, have a transmitter to it, position it where you need to, move it around if you have to, take it from the outside to the inside and vice versa. So it gives you that flexibility.
So when you did it, y'all put a SKAA already inside of it, or some kind of receiver, right?
Yes.
Inside the speaker.
Yeah.
So that saves you $249 right there, everybody, because it's already built into it. Also, there's so many things built into it. I won't get into all of that, but the SKAA is just it's wonderful because what's the level of the latency on it? What's the latency level?
So the on standard SKAA, it's 36 milliseconds, and if you put it down into pro mode, it drops it down to 19.
Yeah, so it's really, I mean, it's incredible. I threw walls around buildings. I had it in the church on the other side of the other room, and I was playing, and my wife was over doing a 360 way across the room, and I had one over by me. It was just great. Everybody, man, oh, what are those things? Where's the wires? I was like, hey, these are wireless. These babies are rocking out. So I mean, it's so great at the end of the night. Just pick it up, put it in the bag, and go home instead of having to, roll and curl and all that stuff. So you guys really don't understand. You really need to see them, hear them, just check them out, feel them, touch them. Me and Mike was so blown away when we saw them. But all right, go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Well, to interrupt you just a moment, just to let you know that hearing you and the amount of hours, and I don't want to call it blood, sweat, and tears, but the amount of passion and angst, because we were never happy, we were never satisfied. We are far from perfect. This is the worst version you'll ever hear of this, and it's won every award. It's going to get better because you learn from being better. Like if you want to be world champion boxer, you get your jab right, then your hook, then your footwork. And we're developing each movement of what we're doing to improve what we're doing. And feeling and hearing your enthusiasm and your experiences is not only heartwarming, but it's giving us the tremendous wind in our sails and encouragement to go ahead to improve on what we're doing. And we will do. And more that we talk to people like yourselves who are out there practicing the art of music, practicing the art of communication, and using us, our method, as your, shall we call it, Swiss Army knife, with all the features it's got to be able to meet all the demands that's placed on you. It's affirmation that we're on the right road. And thank you for those words.
Yes, yes. So I have another question that I'm not going to ask because it's about the battery and we've already asked it, but I'm going to ask this question. And this question is to you, Randy. So it seems that you were not a person into audio. So what was it about this product that sold you?
Well, Ricky invited me in. And Ricky was one of my favorite dinner guests at the beach house. We'd had many a martini on the deck at sunset. And he's a wonderful, wonderful guest to have over the house. And he invited me over. It was a New Year's Day party I was having. And I said, gosh, I wish I would have gotten a business with you doing something. He goes, well, I have a project I'm working on. So why don't you come in and listen and see if it's something you'd be interested in? And I came in and listened to the prototype. I mean, it was a far stretch from where we are now. It was just the prototype. And I listened to the prototype and I heard sound like I hadn't heard before. So, I mean, I was used to mediocrity. And when I heard something that was at the level, that's not even the level we have, but it was at a level I hadn't heard before, I said, this is something, I want to be involved with, because it was like an enlightenment of sound. And I wasn't an audio guy, and I'm learning to be an audio guy, and I'm a long way from being a true audio guy.
He's doing great.
But
he's doing
he is.
I enjoy the music so much. It's become a passion of mine now. So yeah, it's something, once you hear it, you know, and when you're used to mediocrity, which most people are, that's why when they come into the room and they hear what we have to have them to listen to, you get a wow every time. It's not that we work on it. It's just, you know, I hear a wow coming and they're shaking their head, and it's kind of magical. But it came from that first prototype speaker that had wires hooked up into an amplifier. It was just a little prototype, but it was still a fantastic speaker. And Ricky did promise me when we were talking business, he goes, I'm going to build you the best speaker in the world. If you come in, you invest with me, I'm going to build you the best speaker in the world. And he certainly delivered on it. As a team, we delivered on it. And we really feel confident that we are in the right slot with the right product at the right time. And, you know, we're just going to let the course roll, and we're making progress every month, and we're excited. We're excited about the future.
All right.
So if I could just add to that, did you have something you wanted to say, Ricky?
I wanted to say that, you know, I have had the experience of partnerships with artists like Bob Marley, Rod Stewart, you name it, that have been working partnerships and investment partnerships. And I want to tell you that Randy came in with very, very little, excuse me, let me shut this off. Randy came in with very little knowledge, just a personal relationship. And he saw the opportunity, and he immediately recognized, like you say, mediocrity into something that was flying 10, 20,000 feet above, potentially. And to do what we have done, it's financially, how long's a piece of string? It takes inordinate amount of time, certain degrees of failure and obstructions, and you work over them and you go forward to becoming what NAMM said, and everybody's saying, is the best speaker of its type in the world. And Randy has stuck by that, has understood that, and instead of it being a sudden birth, it's more like an elephant's pregnancy. It's taken time, but at the right time, given birth to a baby elephant, something that's strong, powerful, can stand on its legs, and will move into the world in the manner that it will. And I have to tell you that both Rafi and I take our hat off to Randy, because frankly, without him, we wouldn't be here. And then without us, he wouldn't be here. So that's why we're the 3 R's.
3 R's.
We're the 3 R's.
Let's get them a shirt.
Yeah, you need to get a shirt, the 3 R's. All right.
We will one day when you guys tell us it's time to get 3 shirts.
Yes, sir.
All right. With the stage 1 and the XB subwoofer, how close are we to running a complete professional DJ sound system without traditional cables?
We're there.
Well, yeah, we're there.
We're there, man. We're there.
With the flexibility and, you know, the beauty of what we got now and what we're doing is that your setup and teardown time is just cut way significantly. So all you got to do for a stage 1 and an XB subwoofer, just to get it set up, is just take it out of the bag, set it up wherever you want to set it up, hit the power button, and you're good.
Yeah.
Tear down exactly the same thing. Hit the power button, put it in the bag. No more XLR cables, no more extension cords, no more power cables, all that's gone.
And once you're pre-bonded with the SKAA system, you turn it on. You don't have to handshake like you do with
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Bluetooth. You don't have to deal with any of that. It's on. You're sending your transmission with SKAA. We have Danny or Cassandra, and instant music.
Let me give you an instance. One of our favorite DJs in Hawaii, Kevin Miso, he is responsible for doing so many of the major weddings. And very wealthy family, their daughter was getting married, and she was a bit of a Mustang, a bit of a renegade. And she wanted to get married, but she did not want the traditional on the lawn at the church. And she knew her islands, and the island she wanted to get married on was Kauai. And they're talking to Kevin, and Kevin says, get married wherever you like. And she said, really? So they went down to Kohani Beach. There's a rock out jetting. There's no power down there. There's nothing down there. And she had the most gorgeous sunset wedding right on that rock with the music playing, the preacher. They had a harp coming through all wirelessly, and it was stunning. Not a wire in sight, not a generator in sight, but the quality of the sound. She said with the Kauaian breeze and the sunset, I said it added to the perfume of the island. And he said, that's it. We added to the perfume of the island. The perfume of beautiful sound.
Yeah.
And
You had a question.
I told him he should have charged double.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I had a statement. The first time that me and Jeff used the speakers, we were at a soccer referee symposium, and we set up the speakers. I don't know. We used the tops. We didn't use the subs.
Yeah, we just used the tops.
And we used the tops at the back, and we had some other speakers that we had up front. And when we were breaking down, it was just like, man, what are we doing?
Yeah, if we'd have had those all around the room.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Because it was just so simple.
Yep. Pick it up and go.
It was pick it up, put it in the bag, go.
And I have another question. So what made you guys go ahead and put the SKAA inside of it instead of having to get another unit? Is that something you wanted to have so that they didn't have to worry about getting power? You just wanted to go ahead and put it in there, everything run off that battery?
No, because the one thing we didn't want to do from the first vision I had of the speaker, in which I relayed to Rafi, and Rafi bought onto it 100% and grabbed the rope and pulled with me. I did not want this to be just a Bluetooth speaker because there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Now you got to remember that SKAA has its own Wi-Fi wavelength. No other, they have their own. You can't be hijacked. You can't. They have one or the other, whichever is going to work best, it'll switch automatically. So we wanted to have a a wireless speaker that could play with such a low latency. You can't get that. We have the best Bluetooth BL available. So when you play Bluetooth on our speaker, you've got the best that's available. But it's still got the fuzzy edges, and it's still not got the range, and it can still take your phone and you can walk. If you want to go dance out on the dance floor, you can only go so far before the music cuts out if you take your phone with you. What we've got now and what we're introducing very shortly in our app is you have two buttons. You'll have a Bluetooth button and you'll have a SKAA button. So you can turn your cell phone, both Android and iOS, into a music transmitter. So wireless. So if you want to run Bluetooth, run it and do it. But if you want to take your Tidal or your Spotify and play your own library and play it wirelessly from your phone, bingo, you've got it. We already have it. It's working, and it's in test right now.
Is that using it with a Cassandra, or that's just straight?
Yeah, it's like having
You gotta
Cassandra.
have the little Cassandra. If you're gonna transmit SKAA, the little Cassandra dongle needs to be plugged into your phone.
Okay.
The SKAA signal is more like a radio broadcast, in that there's no handshaking necessary. It'll broadcast out there, and you can take the little Cassandra and switch it to different people's phones, and the speakers stay hooked up. And the transmission of the music changes from one phone to the next. Different than Bluetooth. Bluetooth, you have to get off, handshake, connect. So the SKAA allows you complete versatility with.
You can just have a Cassandra
Yeah.
port.
Ricky,
No,
Go
but the
ahead.
Cassandra's going into the phone.
Yeah, it goes into the
We're
phone.
building it into the phones.
Right.
Yes.
But the
oh
caveat,
wow,
the caveat to having SKAA integrated into the speakers as well is that you have two choices because we designed the stage one to actually transmit the SKAA signal. You can actually either Bluetooth into it or aux into it, and then you have the capability of wirelessly transmitting that signal to 4 additional speakers. And in a setup where you have multiple speakers out and you want them completely wireless, that's the way to go. Whether
Yeah.
you use the Danny transmitter or whether you use the stage one as a transmitter, you can do it either way. Just the sheer fact that you can connect multiple speakers wirelessly is one of the reasons why we also chose SKAA.
Yes, exactly. So each speaker is not only a transmitter, it is also a receiver.
Yeah.
So you choose any one of your speakers as the transmitter, the other 4 will be receivers.
so if I take another speaker and run a cable to a stage one, that stage one will act as a Danny to everything else, to the other 4
You don't need
speakers.
to run a cable. You don't need to run a cable.
Well, I'm saying from the original speaker, instead of running the SKAA, if I just run it.
No, you don't have to run the cable.
Oh,
Yeah, yes,
You
I
don't-
do. If I'm not using SKAA, if I'm not using the Danny from the beginning, and I'm just going to run an auxiliary
No.
cable into
Well,
it.
yeah, you're
So
transmitting.
what you could do, like in that scenario, like for example, let's say you have your DJ controller and you're taking your wire XLR main outs. You can run that into the stage one, and you put the stage one in aux mode. That speaker now becomes a hub and can send out the signal to 4 more speakers, and then you have a total of 5.
That's what I meant. Wow. Okay. Yeah, man.
Instead
Yeah,
of
I mean, y'all
solving
thought
it,
of everything. I mean, I don't know if you could talk about it enough to tell everybody everything. What you say is 9 inputs or 9 ways to broadcast with those speakers?
There's 9 different types of inputs, total of 11.
Yeah. I mean, y'all sat down and thought about everything. And I love how Randy now he can tell you about it just as much as Ricky can. And he's really he's bought into it. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I can't wait for you guys to talk to other people on the East Coast and tell them about the product and show them how great it is and let them hear it and listen to it and really talk to y'all about it and ask y'all a lot of questions. But I know we're trying to stay on time here. So go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so what have you learned from DJs using stage one in XB at real weddings, corporate events, outdoor events, and long duration gigs? What
So-
lessons have you learned?
So a couple of things. What we learned is that the flexibility of the stage one and the XB together for events, the ease of use, the connectivity, wirelessly setting up and moving speakers around at the event is one of the things that we've gotten really good feedback on. The extended battery, the power, it's another thing. You can run a full 8 to 10 hour event off of just 2 charged batteries, and that alone is a feat in itself. You don't have to worry about a speaker cutting off on you. You have enough power to run your event, and and the simplicity of just hitting the power button and packing it up makes it that much easier.
And to add to that, something from the PA world, where I've spent my life with lead singers, the voice. A lot of speakers, most speakers, when you give the microphone over, especially wireless microphones, and you transmit the voice, I'm not going to mention names of other powered speakers, but we're in a class of our own. I mean, the signal from the voice and the commentary is absolutely the replication of the voice.
Yep.
And that is critical. And if you ever get a chance to listen to or see the young influencer, a brilliant young guy called Scott Ewell. He has a thing on YouTube, and he's used by all the major companies. He, in fact, had other products that he used because he has a band and very successful up in Colorado. He got rid of all that equipment and took us on. And one of the reasons, talking to him, I said, why? He said, because everything plays like it's spoken or it's played. We reproduce the sound. We don't have to mix ourselves on stage. When I sing, I hear myself. When I play the solo, and that's really what we've gone for. We've gone for high-powered truth in audio. Truth in audio, not tweaked and this and this. It's if you play bad, you'll sound bad. If you play crappy music, it'll sound crappy. If you play good music, it'll sound beautiful.
Speak.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
one thing I'd like to add to that is with any technology, there is a bit of a ramp up time. So the Bluetooth, not the SKAA technology has a small learning curve. So one thing I've learned from DJs doing different events and larger events is there's just a small list of do's and don'ts with the SKAA technology to have it work perfect. So when it's used and learned properly, it's a no-brainer. When it's used improperly, there's little issues with it. You're going to get cutting out if you have the signal in front of other people and you block it out. But when you listen to the videos or read about how to use it, and you do that in advance, or you practice with it before you do your first gig, you're going to have a seamless time, using it, where it's going to become a reliable tool. Because you want to show up to a venue and have a perfect performance. So it's all about learning the tool that we offer, and learning to use the tool. It becomes a good working tool for the DJ.
Yeah.
And to Randy's point and experience was down on the Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, they had the big car show, the Go Faster, the car, beautiful cars. And there were thousands of people, and every 100 feet was our speaker. And we just have our poles, speaker poles. Put a Danny on top, as long as they're over the heads of people. The human body absorbs so much RF.
Yes.
I mean, so much RF. And you put it above the heads and you can play. I mean,
And we broadcasted, I think we had a 1/4-mile range from.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was how wide our wireless range was at this car show. It was huge. We created relays with it. Rafa's the tech guy, so he set it up. But I was there, moving the speakers around with them. It's pretty fascinating how it does work.
The promoters were like, okay, come on, guys, where's the wire?
They sound like us when we saw y'all at in Vegas.
You find a wire, we'll give you the system free.
Or you give us money. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's really incredible. You have to see it and hear it, though. We can't just tell you about it. You really have to see it and hear it.
Mike and Jay, I want to say something. We're sitting here in our theater lounge, and this has been a dream, but it's been a passion. And there's been a few heartaches, and there's been joy. But I never would like and I've spent a public life, and the guys are partnering with me, and they're become part of that. And it's what you're hearing from us is not arrogance, it's not pompousness, it's just pure, passionate enthusiasm. When we say best in world, we would never, I promised him, and he put his money in, but I never said that to anyone else outside. When NAMM said we were the best, and when the DJ magazine, biggest DJ magazine in the world, said this is the best, then we took the liberty of using that word. We don't want to come on your air and say we are the best and do a thump. We're Mike Tyson.
Well, you actually can, though, because we've heard them, so we could help you go.
Yeah.
So
Well, no,
we're living witnesses. So yeah, we
No,
wouldn't be blowing
are.
hot smoke to us. But no, it's a great product, and you can brag all you want to. You don't need to be humble. You don't need to be shy. You need to brag on it as much as possible. We have a question from one of the viewers.
Oh, that's right. As a DJ that has used Stage One at weddings and various events, I can say that aside from the sound, is the setup and the breakdown time is less than 30 minutes. You are up and running and out of the venue.
Yeah.
And I can confirm that.
Yeah.
I can confirm that. And that is a wonderful thing, because when you look at it, sometimes you have these situations that there's a give. You may have the convenience of no wires, but you have the inconvenience of the sound.
Right.
In this situation, there's no inconveniences. There's only good. It's good sound, and it's convenient when it comes to setting up and breaking down, which is a wonderful thing.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, what you just said is wonderful. And I'll tell you, the answer to that, DJ, is we have always planned, if we want an analogy of what's in the world that everybody knows, we want to build a Porsche at a Volvo price. And we think we're on the road to doing that.
you are. You are definitely on. So we got a couple of more questions for you guys before we let you go. Jeffrey?
Electrotec will be at DJX 2026, August the 10th through the 13th. What are you bringing to Atlantic City, and what can DJs expect to experience from the show, from you guys in your booth or whatever you're doing? What can they expect?
You want to answer that, Randy, or what is it?
Well, I won't be there, but I will tell you this. We've been in meetings about how we can be in the East Coast and have the best effect on DJs who haven't seen us before. Everybody's hearing the rumors, that's for sure, courtesy of people like yourselves. But what they can expect is to see, feel, and touch the system and talk to the guys. And they also have a chance, if they bring a few shekels in their wallet or their credit card, to get a price that I'm not going to say on the air, because frankly, it's a price that will never be repeated. But to put our Gatorade in Kool-Aid in their well in the East Coast, we're going to come out there and we're going to push it out. We're going to say, okay, we'll take it out of our pocket and give it to you, so you on the East Coast can have this experience. So they can come and they can buy and they can get a deal they'll never get again. And this is not hype. This is just purely, it's like when you were young, you want to smoke some weed. The guy gave you the first one free. And then
Whoa. Well, let's not say that, because I hope you're not giving the first speaker free. Oh,
well,
man.
hang on. You can take the rock and roll out of the boy, but you can't take it. So anyway,
We're
All right.
we're gonna have an unbelievable deal
there's got to be an
for the
amazing
DJX.
All right. So when are
And
you
if
going to
they-
announce
if
it?
they
Are you
don't
going
want-
to announce it before you go?
Sorry?
Are you going to announce the deal before you go, or are you just going to wait till you get there? and
No.
Just come by the booth.
We're not gonna publish it. We're just gonna show up.
Okay.
and
All right.
You'll see a good price.
Come
Okay,
by,
now
come by,
I'll-
come by the booth and we'll give you the deal.
Yeah, and I just
We'll
want
have
to say this. They don't want to take anything back home with them. So I'm just letting you know it's going to be a great. Yeah, they want to sell all the product that they bring with them. They want to sell it to you so you can use it in your venues, clubs, on your shows on the East Coast. They want to get it out there, New York, Jersey, everywhere, Virginia, Boston, all the places on the East Coast.
And it will travel with you.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a DJ booth there. We'll have a big complement of speakers. I think we're bringing 14 speakers with us. We're going to be, we'll have them on wheels. We're going to be moving them around. So you're going to see a show in the sense that you'll see speakers do what other speakers are not going to do that are there. And you're going to hear speakers like you haven't heard before. there.
And we will have we are the official distributors and dealers for everything SKAA outside of the SKAA integrated in our system.
They'll have
So-
SKAAs on hand too. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we will
SKAA
have
dealer.
SKAAs on hand.
Yeah.
And by the way, if people do want to come and they want to buy, but they don't want to lug them out or take them out, they can take them home because we have our little pulley cart called the Stagecoach. I wonder where that came from. And they can put them on the cart and take them out, or give us their address and we will get them shipped to them within 4 days.
Wow.
Yes.
Man, I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
4 days.
And the shipping is free.
Hey.
Man,
Mm.
wow. I can't wait to see this flyer. We're going to have to talk about these prices. Make sure one of y'all get ready to come to the booth and announce these great deals for everybody.
No, you come, but you listen. It's not about you made a great deal financially. Everybody loves that. They all want to buy, but they are Porsches, and Porsche doesn't discount. And we train them to. We're trying to work what is the fairest price. As we
Yes.
grow, we sell more. You know, we buy more parts. The price goes down. As we succeed on that, we'll share that savings with our customers.
All
We're
right.
not greedy
Well-
people. We're audio people.
All right. We had a guy, one of our friends, he asked a question. He said, can you come another level down because Volvo is still expensive?
Can I answer that question? Let me answer that question, Randy. Please.
Yes.
You will be at the show, so you can buy you a set of speakers there for a wonderful price.
Yes.
Exactly.
And still
Yes.
get that Porsche, Volvo,
Yeah, they'll ship them to your house. So,
or the Lexus, whichever one you want.
no,
You'll
he's
get
more
it.
like a Yugo guy.
Yeah.
As the great Ricky Farr said, if it's worth more than you paid for it, it's not too expensive. So
Yeah,
at
there
any
you go. I
price you
like that.
pay, at any price you pay for this speaker, it's going to be worth more than you paid for it once you experience it. So you have to
Uh,
see it,
Hey,
feel
just
it,
not
touch it.
having not having to roll cables or extension cords is worth it for me.
Just
Oh,
the,
yeah.
just the
Yeah.
time you'll save on setup and teardown.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
worth it. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely worth it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's hard not to see what we have inside the speaker, the neodymium batteries, the electronics, everything is top drawer. And if you peel apart some of the other speakers that are going to be at the show and see what's inside them, you would be amazed at the difference of what quality is in our speaker versus the competition. And that quality does come at a price. So
Yes.
we package it to make it worth more than you buy it for. But it costs money, but it's worth more than you paid for. I can assure you of that.
Preach. Yes, it is. Yeah.
So with this being the last question, guys, or more so like a statement, tell people where they can find you guys at and on your social handles, the website, and all of that good stuff. Tell people where they can find you.
You can find us direct at electrotechaudio.com. We're also going to be at the DJX Expo, and we're going to be at booth 614. You can also follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Electrotech Audio as well.
All right. Well,
So we really want to thank you guys for jumping on with us. Meeting you guys have been great for us, and it's definitely has been an improvement for us from an audio standpoint. And we thank you for making something that's needed in our industry.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you guys. We wish you would be able to make it, Ricky, but we'll come see you.
Well, let me say this. I had a little incident and I was advised not to go traveling for the moment. But something, I've been around the world for 27 times, and I promise you that I will be out there to see you. I just need a little bit more recovery. And that basically is a couple more martinis. But I will say this, you guys, when we first met you and you first talked to us and asked us to support you, we were at the early stages of our life and everybody was wanting support. But you resonated in a really authentic and truthful way. and your personalities and just your words, which were truthful, we said we have to do this. And we've done this because we wanted to. And the fact that it has improved your professional lives and enhanced how you perform in front of people is really why we do this in the first place. We are not on the stage, you're on the stage. And we want to make sure, that's why we call Pro for the People. We want to give that sound and that performance that is live, it's your voice, it's your work, it's your music, coming to people in its truest and most honest form. And the fact that you've supported us in these early stages, we will never let you down, and we will never we'll never forget you. And let's finish by saying peace, love, and great music.
Yes. Yes. Thank you,
Say it
guys.
all.
Yes. Thank you. Once again, my partner in crime, he's a button pusher. He's a button
He's
pusher.
got that applause, canned applause.
Yes. Yes. He is a button pusher.
No, hey, we got sound effects. Why not use them? Hey,
Push it one more time, just for
all right.
shits and giggles. Come
It's
on.
still on.
Ah, there we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right.
Well, we'll let you guys go, and we look forward to seeing you guys. We have about 2 weeks.
Yep.
And it's going to be going down.
Yeah, we'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
Yes, it's
Exactly.
going to.
Get well, sir. Get well. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys.
Healing like a heathen.
It was fun.
Oh, all right, guys.
Peace out.
Take care. We'll see
All
you.
right.
God bless you.
In the mic, what's the vibe tonight? Talking issues, dropping gems, keep the game airtight. Spin it, flip it, mix it, fix it. Yo, we here to ignite. Yeah, hands on the decks, but the crowd don't move. When the DJ not check the groove. Playlist still need something brand new. Crates full of dust, man, what you tryna prove? Clubs want cheap, DJs want respect. Promoters cutting corners, man, the scenes are wrecked. Yo, Sank or scratch, doesn't matter the tech. It's about the energy, not the brand on the deck. 2 DJs and a mic, turn the dark to the light. Dropping wisdom, spinning truth, get the balance just right. Two DJs and a mic, elevate, take flight. Fix the game, spark the flame, keep the future in sight. Yeah. Fake followers and played streams. They chasing clout but killing dreams. Then he's playing politics, killing the scene. But we bring solutions, not just a meme. Pay the DJ, they the life of the spot. Don't let the boot get cold when the dance floor's hot. Respect the craft, don't reduce it to a bot. It's an art form, now they get the time forgot.